it's interesting because whenever I would talk about stress management, which I have to say, you could do easily an 8-hour workshop just on stress management. But I used to always elaborate on the many things that you can do to ameliorate the damaging effects of stress. And, I think everybody here knows them, but just to review for people maybe who don't know them as much, you've got, exercise, yoga, therapy, acupuncture, journaling, nature, music, animals, time with friends, um, deep breathing, meditation. So all those things are phenomenal and they do really, really work. But on my own journey, I basically came to want to ask the question, well, what happens if you're doing all those things and none of them work? Or what if you find that and also you're in a situation that you can't change anytime soon? So that got me thinking about it. And I'm a kind of a curious person that's always on this quest for knowledge. So in researching things about stress, I found this really interesting piece of information that I thought was such good news. Did you know that neuroscientists have shown that if you actually react to something calmly, something that would normally stress you out, you can actually create a peaceful state in your mind and body? So, like a meditation, it can be a practice that you actually train yourself. I'm here to tell you, you're not going to get it the first time, but I'm also here to tell you the first couple times you do it, where you just, if you have to self-talk, whatever you do, you will feel the difference, and it's immediate, and it's pretty amazing, because I started practicing it because I was in a situation that I couldn't change. And I'm not talking about Hopkins, I'm talking about another job. So there's more good news I have to share with you. And like I'm saying, I really changed my whole approach to this talk, because especially in this field, we know a lot of the stuff that really helps, and all those things have their merits. And that's where you can go in deeply to the merits of healthful eating, like Vicky's talking about, or really good sleep, all those things. Sometimes a good night's sleep is all you need. But I want to, get back to thinking a deeper dive if it doesn't really work. And I also, before I go into it, want to acknowledge that stress can and does make us sick, and it can increase your risk for everything from the common cold to cancer. So, it is really upon us to find ways that work for us to manage it and get it right as best we can. And, acknowledging also that it's a journey and none of us are perfect, good days and bad days. So there's an interesting study. They followed 30,000 adults over 8 years. And so the bad news first, they did find that the people who experienced large amounts of stress did have a 43% greater risk of dying. Okay, so that was the bad news. But here's the interesting part. This was only true for the people in the study who believed that the stress was harmful for their health. Okay. So for these people, they tracked different groups, and then they asked them how they perceived the stress in the previous year that they've been enduring. And then they looked at the death records. So the amazing thing is those people who still experienced a lot of stress, but they didn't view it as harmful, were actually no more likely to die. And the amazing thing is some of those people actually had the lowest risk of dying of anyone in the study, including those people who were interviewed and said they had very little stress. So, here's the thing. People are actually dying from the belief that stress is bad for them, okay? This is really something to think about. And I'll say the take-home message is that when you change your mind about stress, you can actually change your body's response to it.